All right, my friends, we are going to solve quadratic applications. And so just read number one. And number one says a parking lot has a length that is 4 yards less than triple the width. It is a rectangular parking lot. So we are going to draw ourselves a rectangular parking lot. So here is a rectangular parking lot. Excellent. If this is the width, the length is equal to 4 less than triple the width. So the length is equal to 3 times the width minus 4. It also tells us that the area is equal to 160 square yards. All right, so we remember from our geometry that area is equal to length times width only when we talk about area that we use capital X for multiplication symbols. It drives me crazy. So we're going to say 160 is equal to the length, which is 3w minus 4, times the width, which is just w. So then we are going to distribute. So that is going to give us 160 is equal to 3w squared minus 4w. Then we recognize we have a quadratic. So we're going to rewrite it as 3w squared minus 4w minus 160 equals 0. Then we're going to remember the quadratic formula, which is the opposite of b plus and minus b squared minus 4ac all over twice a. And we're going to remember that the value of a in this problem is 3. The value of b in this problem is negative 4, and the value of c is negative 160. And just to give myself a little more room, let's just do this for a moment. Okay. So now we are going to say x, whoops, wrong color. X is equal to the opposite of negative 4 plus and minus b squared minus 4 a c all divided by twice a, and a was 3. So that's going to give me x is equal to 4 plus and minus some enormous number divided by 6. And if I grab my calculator, and on my calculator, I type 4 squared minus 4 times a times c. I'm going to get a discriminant of, oh, hang on. C wasn't 100, C was 160, my bad. I'm going to get 1936. So if I come back here, this is 1936. So then I say x equals 4 plus and minus, and I hope that the square root of 1936 is an integer, and it is. It is 44. Yay, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So then I have two problems. I have x equals 4 plus 44 divided by 6. And then and I have x equals 4 minus 44 divided by 6. And I think once again, we can probably Make that a little bit smaller so I have more room to work. So then 4 plus 44 is 48. 48 divided by 6 is 8. And that is going to be a negative number, which is not possible. So that's gone. So x is 8. Well, that's my width. I guess I meant to be using w's all along. You should have been using w's all along. Let me change that so we're consistent. So the width, we're looking for w all along. The variable was w. W, 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 W. So the width is 8. The length is 3 times the width minus 4. So the length is 20. So in Canvas, you are going to write 8 capital X 20. If you switch it around, that's fine also. You could also write, how do we want to do that? No, let's just leave that be. All right, my friends, so that's how you do that problem. This is the answer, 8 by 20 yards. Okay. They give us a function, so let's give ourselves a picture. That works. All right, it's important to know that this is the maximum. It says the profit from selling tickets to a performance depends on the ticket price. Using past receipts, the profits can be modeled by a function of P of X equals, where X is the price of each ticket. X equals the price of each ticket, which means the vertical axis must represent the profit. All right. The ticket price then is X capital P. And it says the ticket price is X. So we are looking for X. All right, if we are looking for X, we're going to say X is equal to the opposite of B divided by twice A. And we are going to remember that A is negative 15, B is 483, and we don't need C, but if we wanted C, C is 101. So X is going to equal the opposite of 483 divided by 2 times negative 15. That's going to get us X is equal to 483 divided by 30. 483 divided by 30. 483 divided by 30 is 1610. How is my math? 483 divided by 30 is, dun dun dun, 1610. So X equals $16.10. Now we want the profit. Profit is equal to what 16.1 is when you put it in the problem. So that would be negative 15 times 16.1 quantity squared plus 483 times 16.1 plus 101. So we're going to put that in the problem and see what we get. Negative 15, that's not what we want. Negative 15, 16.1, close it, square it, plus 483, parentheses, 16.1, close it, I forgot the other number. Plus 101. Plus 101. And that is a maximum profit of $3,989.15. I have a mistake somewhere. No, I think it's right. So negative 483 divided by 2 times negative 15. 483 divided by 30 is 1610. That is correct. The other thing we can do is we can go to y equals. We can say negative 15x squared plus 483x plus 101. And we can ask the table for 16.1. And the table will give us 39.89.2. So 39.89.2. So our profit is 39.89 is our profit. So if we price the tickets at $16.10, we will sell enough tickets to have a profit of almost $4,000. Oh, I guess the maximum profit I could have put in the maximum profit space, which would have been, that's kind of bad. Let's try that again. Whoops. Pay attention to what tool you have. Guess all that could have come down here for maximum profit. And then this could have just been brought right here. Yep, that works. Okay. Next. As soon as you have a quadratic, friends, as soon as you have a quadratic, you know you have a parabola. And these application problems all begin with a negative term. That's horrible. Not bad, though. Actually. There we go. There we are. And it says a rocket is shot from a launch pad 150 feet above the ground. So that's 150 feet above the ground. The equation is that and can be used to model the height of rocket after 10 seconds. So this is seconds. And this is the height. Because this stands for height and this stands for time. And time is where the x should be. Okay? So, to the nearest tenth of a second, how long will it take the rocket to reach its peak? So I'm being asked to find the maximum. So I am going to say that time is equal to the opposite of b divided by twice a. So time is equal to the opposite of, remember these are in alphabetical order, a, b, c. So the opposite of 382 divided by twice negative 16. 382 divided by 32. So 382 divided by 32. So 382 divided by 32. 382 divided by 32. And it tells me to round to what? It says round to the nearest tenth, so 1 decimal place. So 11.9, 11.9. So in 11.9 seconds, it will have reached its maximum height. And then to the nearest foot, what is the maximum? So then we're going to take the formula, which is h, and we're going to put 11.9 in the formula. So that is negative 16, 11.9 quantity squared, plus 382 times 11.9, plus 150, because we're standing on a building or something. So the height, 11.9. Grab our calculator. And we are going to say negative 16 times 11.9, close it, square it, plus 382 times 11.9, close it, plus 150 equals 2430.04. So negative 16 squared plus 382 times 11.9 plus 150. 2430.04. And this says to the nearest foot. Oh, so I just want the whole number. So 2430 is the answer they want there. So this wanted to the 10th. This wanted to the whole foot. And then how long will it take it to hit the ground? Okay, so right here is the ground. This is the ground. So it's asking us to solve the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula is x equals the opposite of b plus and minus b squared minus 4 times a times c. All that is in a square root. And all of that is being divided by twice a. So we want the discriminant. And by the way, we only want the plus part of this, because if we do the minus part, we're going to have a negative number, I think. Well, we'll check. We'll check. But I think that's true. But that negative 3 will do it. All right. And this is negative 32. All right. But let's do the discriminant first. So, the discriminant calculator, we are going to need the discriminant, 382 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times 150. B squared minus 4AC, yes, is 15, 55, 24. I wonder if that is perfect. Or it is not. The directions say to the nearest 10th of a second. Oh, well, you know what? We don't have to, we can just, oh, hey, easier than that, friends, because it's an application problem. We can just do this. My bad. Negative 382 plus the square root of 382 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times 150. I forgot it was an application problem, so we can get a decimal. Times 2 times negative 16. So that's the quadratic formula. And that came out to be negative, and we can have a negative distance or a negative time. So we're going to go back, and it's the negative one we wanted. See, my brain was playing with me. So we want this to be minus. So it's going to take 24.26, so 24.3 seconds to hit the ground. So let's do this. Let's take this out. And we didn't need the plus, we only needed the minus. And using the minus, we did the math and we got 24.3 seconds. And this is feet. All right, that is it, my friends. Perfection. All right, have a great day. If you have any questions, email me or ask me in class. Turn off. Thank you.